Hello and welcome to the first episode of my Sims 3 series. How fast can I do all of the lifetime wishes in the Sims 3 base game? Yeah, it's gonna be a long series, but it'll be fun. Anyway, this is the first episode and the first in my kind of legacy. I guess it'd be a legacy. I don't know. Anyway, we have the founder that I don't even remember what I called her, to be honest. But yeah. Is she like Ellie Henderson or something like that? I know I randomized the name. I also randomized her traits too. So she is handy, a mooch, neurotic, unflirty, and something else. He was literally on the screen, and I don't know why I didn't just write them down. Did I write all the traits down? I don't know. It was just literally on the screen. Oh yeah, and over emotional. That's it. I did write them down. Well done, past Joe. Great set of traits, but honestly, they do actually come in handy, actually, as we get into this, which is interesting. And we're doing the Lap of Luxury lifetime wish, which I guess is a bit of a tedious one. There are very cheaty ways to get around that, because you have to have a household that is worth 100,000 simoleons to achieve the wish. So there is a lot of ways to do that, so that are quite cheaty. And so you could obviously cheat to begin with. You could just cheat money and give them it straight away, but what's the fun in that? Like, that's not playing the game, is it? It's literally called cheating. And then there's also moving them into a rich household, which I will show you that is actually what I do to begin with, but it doesn't actually work. And then I realised, that is a bit cheaty and not that fun, actually, because again, you basically just complete the wish there and then. So what's the point in doing that? So I decided to actually do it properly and play the game how it's intended. But to be fair, you can play the game how it's intended by befriending a rich sim and moving into the household. Except I just realised whilst I was playing the game, that's not the thing in The Sims 3, is it? Sims 4, yes, you can move into their household, or you can move them into your household. The Sims 3 is not like that. You can't actually do that. You can only move them into your household in the sense of asking them to move in. And you'll see that I mess up at the beginning here. Yeah. We are also playing in Riverview, which is a star world, but it's actually the free star world, which I never actually realised that until I started watching someone play The Sims 3 and they said that. But yeah, it's actually free on the Sims store. This world it's basically a world that's supposed to be near Sunset Valley, and Don Lothario lives in this world, for instance, and I don't know who else. Or the Brokes also live in this world, if you know them from Sims 2 and maybe Sims 4. The Brokes aren't in the base game of Sims 4 though. Anyway, not talking about The Sims 4 right now, I was talking about The Sims 3 because it's a far better game in my opinion. Just saying. Anyway, here I am at the beginning of this game. So I did get a job in the military career because it was a want that came up. I didn't know what career to give her, except I did look up some information about it. The best job in the base game is actually the medical career, but your sim works a lot. Like, there's long hours, and the payoff is good though, because obviously the top of the medical career is the best paying career. However, I didn't want to have my poor sim just work and work, even though it might be quicker that way. But it's not fun, to be honest. I don't enjoy it in real life or in the game. Overworking is bad for you, okay? Don't overwork yourself or your sims. But then, apparently the military career is actually quite a good one, because at the top, there's less hours, but it's quite fruitful, and you have a lot more time for like side hustles, which I did go into after I restarted. Because here I have her talking to her co-worker. I don't remember what the co-worker's name is. I should really like write notes. I did write notes. I should write more notes. But she found out he was rich. He lives in a very nice house, and we're trying to befriend him, because my plan at the beginning was, this would be really easy. Let's just move her into a rich sim's house. You know, simple, right? But a little bit too cheaty, and like I said, I want to play the game. I want to actually enjoy the game, and yeah, there's loopholes and cheats, but it's just not fun. I never find it that fun. Sometimes when I'm playing by myself, I will cheat like their needs if it gets a bit overwhelming, especially if there's like babies and stuff involved. But that's all that I really do when it comes to cheats. I do have some mods though, but no mods that actually like help with getting money or anything like that. I also do have all of the store content. Did I buy it? No, there are other ways to get all of the Sims 3 store content. Just saying. I'm just saying. There are other ways. So I do have all of that too, and all the worlds and all the items that come with those store worlds. So yeah. Anyway, what else did I want to say? We're just talking, aren't we? We're just talking. My sim is talking to someone, and I'm just yabbering on about my sim talking. Anyway, let's move on to after I decide to start again. Just before that, here is where I kind of mess up too. I'm like, oh, I can't move my sim into this household, so I have to go to the main menu and move them in that way and edit town. So it wasn't actually straightforward as I thought it was, because I was like, oh, I'm not playing The Sims 4. It's not how it works in The Sims 3. And I was just like, do I really want to do this? To be honest, again, it's a wee bit cheaty. A little bit, in my opinion, anyway. And then when I actually moved my sim into this other household, it didn't actually register. It kind of messed up the lifetime wish criteria, and it didn't register that I had completed it. So it didn't matter anyway. And then I was like, that's my own fault for trying to get around this and trying to find loopholes. So I just decided, you know what? We'll just start again. We'll just start again and do it not entirely the right way, but you know, we'll take the long way around, and it's more fun this way. And then when I started playing it again, I realized that the neurotic trait is actually really good for getting lifetime happiness points, lifetime reward points. Is lifetime happiness the ones in The Sims 2? I don't know, but you know what I'm on about if you play The Sims. you know, you can get like the perks that just help you play the game, but also you can get like random stuff, can't you? But the neurotic trait is actually really good for this because your sim is constantly wanting to like clean up or wash their hands 2 times, brush the teeth 3 times in a row and stuff. So it actually did turn out quite useful. Also, like I said, that I did get like all of the store content, and there's a really great item on the store. And I was like, is this cheaty as well? But I didn't even know that this item was available until I was watching someone play The Sims 3. And basically, your sim can listen to things called tabcasts, so like, you know, podcasts. And it helps them gain certain skills. So handiness is a skill you need for the military career. And my sim can listen to a podcast or a tabcast whilst like working out or making their food and stuff. And is that a bit cheaty? I don't think it is. It's in the game. If you get it from the store, which is still in the game, you know? It's just like little add-ons you can get. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to use that because it just makes it a little easier. Just a little easier. I don't think it's cheaty. In my opinion. I was also debating on like spending money on items because I want my sim to save as much money as possible, because that's the whole point of this lifetime wish, is that they have a lot of money saved up and they're worth 100,000 simoleons. But the first thing I always buy when I start like a new game or a new family and move them into a starter home is a better bed because the beds what come in with like the starter homes are like the most bog standard beds, and you can imagine what those beds are like. Like, it's like if you ever stayed in a youth hostel, those mattresses that feel like plastic. Is that too niche? I don't know. So yeah, I was like, no, I'm going to get a better bed, but I'm not going to get better appliances because she needs a handy skill. So it's fine if all appliances just keep breaking because you can just repair them. And that helps. Also, she was given the mooch skill. And a fun thing about the mooch skill, trait, is you can ask other Sims for money and food. But you have to keep using it to be able to get more and more money from Sims, but you don't really get a lot. There is a mod that you can use to make the mooch skill more profitable, but obviously I don't want to do that because it's not part of the game. You know, it's not in game. The mooch skill is though. It's not a skill, it's a trait, Joe. The mooch trait is in the game and is a good way to just get, you know, a little bit extra money from your friends. But like I said, like, it's not very fruitful because like she just got 3 simoleons. So it's like, is it worth it? But if you keep using it, you can get more and more money because it's like a hidden skill in the game. So, you know, she just got 8 there. I think she asked again to someone and they gave her like 10. So it's alright. But I did find out, because like, I've played this game a lot, right? Over the many years it's been released. But there's always things that I'm finding and I'm like surprised with, where as if you ask a frugal sim for money, they refuse. Even if you're friends and close friends, they won't give you money. And that's what I found out here, because she'd invited her co-workers around, and her 2 co-workers Well, like, yes, here's a bit of cash. Her boss, however, who is she talking to now, is frugal and does not want to give her any money. He's also her boss, so, you know, he's probably like, I'm giving you money, I'm paying you to work. But yeah, frugal Sims, where you'll see just now, they don't give their friends money. I wonder if he'd give her some food. I should have tried that. Like, yeah. Or maybe if he was a good friend of hers, then maybe, but I don't know. Yeah, I'm not sure. I just like finding these little things in the game though, when I'm just like, oh, that's new. I've not seen that before. And now I have decided that to try and get more money for her quicker, I'm going to buy a guitar for her, because at guitar level 5 in The Sims 3, you can then play for tips. And I really found that it can be very, very rewarding at times. At certain days, in certain places in town, it can be really rewarding. So I sold a few things from the house that she just didn't need and gave her a guitar. And so we got her skill up to level 5, and I was like, we're gonna go out and play for tips. And I found that on the weekend, go outside the theatre in whatever town you're playing in, you will get such a big crowd of Sims around you playing. I mean, and they will give you tips. And it's not just like a few quid either. We're talking like 20 simoleons a time, so it's cool. Also, obviously, I was looking at what kind of reward, lifetime rewards. I don't know why I can't get this right. Lifetime rewards would be good for this sim, but because I've only got base game, the lifetime rewards aren't that great, to be fair. The collection helper might be really good though, because you can get some really, really expensive collectibles, but you need like 40,000 lifetime rewards. I swear to God, I give up myself. Lifetime reward points for the collection helper. So I got the ones that actually just help with the jobs, like her job, so a multitasker. I also got a fast learner, because, you know, just better. And also opportunistic, because you can get more money through opportunities with that one. I also unfortunately lost an hour's worth of gameplay because of my stupid computer. It wasn't my fault, I swear. It might have been my fault because I didn't charge my laptop, and then it gave me a notification being like, you need to charge your laptop, and then the game stopped recording, and it just kind of didn't save the recording. So you didn't really miss much. I was just getting her to work and also playing the guitar. Like, that's it. Like, oh, and I also thought, oh, what about gardening? And the thing with gardening, it can be very, very fruitful. Mind the pun there. But it can be quite fruitful, but only when you're at a higher gardening level, and if you have a vast array of plants too. So swings and roundabouts, and I'm just learning. But I have found that the guitar is a very like OP thing to have when you're trying to make a quick buck. Like, in one session she made like 900 simoleons of playing guitar for a few hours. Oh, and I'm just showing this bit because this guy asked me on a date, because obviously I want to this is supposed to be a legacy, so she needs to have a baby, at least one baby, to then follow, can then go on to a different lifetime wish. But this guy asked her on a date, showed up for like 5 seconds, and then left. Because I'm going to guess he had to go to work. But why would you ask someone out when you can't even talk to them? He didn't even speak to her. She didn't even see him. He just walked straight past her. What the hell? So I was like, oh, he's quite a good-looking sim, but I don't know about you now. Whatever your name was, I need to start writing down the characters' names, because I know quite a lot of the characters in like Sunset Valley, but not in Riverview, because I never had the world. I never knew it existed. And so I don't really know any of the people in it except Don Lothario and the Broke family, just because of Sims 2. And I don't want to have a baby with Don Lothario. Then again, it would be iconic, because he is a bit of a infamous icon, should we say. Anyway, that is the first part of this series, and I'm not going to be doing like loads of parts per wish, hopefully. She has 20k at the minute, so I'm hoping we can just continue to build that career level ladder, climb the career ladder. Oh my god, I can't speak. And get that money, get that cash. So that is it for this episode, and I will hopefully see you in the next one, where we continue with the Lap of Luxury lifetime wish, and maybe have Don Lothario's baby. Maybe.